Okay. So today we're not even gonna give a fuck about the camera shaking. We are going to be building a Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought for the VTuber Mito Mori, my partner that I do streams with, and be talking about a little thing that came out recently. The EDP documentary. What in the hell? You know, okay, let's just start it off. Years ago, a song came out, Big Dick Randy. And my brother recently sent me a post and then a regular message. Holy fuck. At this point, I'm convinced EDP is based off, or Big Dick Randy is based off of EDP. Well, I didn't decide to look at what he was sending me until a little bit later. And when I looked at what he sent me fully, it was the EDP trailer thing, and I realized, holy fuck. The Predator that I had watched and learned about back when I was a literal child is still popping off. He is still around. If I'm not mistaken, he was trash at Call of Duty. And yeah, he made trash Call of Duty videos before being outed as, you know, the Cupcake Snatcher. How in God's name are we still talking about EDP? Like, at this point, we're not beating a dead horse. The dead horse is still getting back up. It's insane. Now, I watched the EDP documentary, and my god, the things he admitted to, the things he said, the things he is proud of, my god, they are horrible. He admitted that he was going to go and meet up with a minor for sex. I know we already all knew this, but the fact that he admitted to it was insane, and he wears it like a badge of honor. Kind of? It's weird. But he also talks about it like he's not proud of it. And it's interesting as fuck to see that the people on his certified bitch list are people who either reported on him, just genuinely talked about what happened, or the people who exposed him. Like, can we just not be that on the nose? Can we not be this evil? That was my Xbox gone off. I'm recording this live in the moment. That's the reason you can hear, if you heard that. That'll go right there. Oh. Let's just... There we go. Now, I knew this documentary was going to be bad. I watched the Moist Critical video on it before it came out. How he got to see the full Snyder cut of the movie, or documentary. And I thought, oh, it can't be that bad. He's probably just exaggerating for exaggeration's sake. There's no way EDP admitted to more crime. He did. He admitted to so much. And the fact that there was Chris Hansen in the video. The Chris Hansen himself. My God. And honestly, Chris Hansen was right. If it was handled better and more professionally, EDP could have been locked up for a long time. Now, this isn't me trying to be like Chris Hansen and diss the guys who did catch EDP as a pedophile. This is me just agreeing with what Chris Hansen said. It should have been handled properly with the authorities and with, not as much goofing off. The goofing off is what made it so unusable. It was the fact that it wasn't handled properly. The police weren't involved. The fact that they did, in fact, make first contact. At this point, I'm just rambling. I just find it so insane that he's still a thing. That the Predator is still a thing to this day. Yeah. This whole situation is making me rethink my life and what the fuck this world is. And the fact that EDP445, the guy who who put the numbers in his name because that was his weight at the current time. I don't know if he got heavier or lighter or whatever. But that was able to find a girlfriend. How? Ugh. At least one good thing came out of the whole EDP expose documentary, and that is this. Just remember, folks, if you ever think that you are undateable, EDP got a girlfriend. If EDP can get a girlfriend, so can you. Get to it, guys. Also, with how much EDP actually even talks about gay people, I am convinced he might just be gay. Like, he mentions Grindr a lot in the video. Like, it was a short section where he kept mentioning it, but like, with how much he did, it just made me sit there. Is EDP gay? Why does he keep mentioning Grindr? It was weird. There we go. There we go. There. Also, just try and stay off 40k Twitter today. It has just been so fucking stupid. With the new Flash Gets animation coming out, it's just evolved more into certain people finding the punchline of Balappa as the most comedic thing in existence. It's not worth going on Twitter today. Though I will say this, there is one person on Twitter and the Warhammer community side that I would recommend, and that is this streamer right here. Now, I will admit, I've only seen like 1 or 2 of her streams and listened to like a couple songs, but her community and her Discord server are amazing. They're an absolute gem, each and every one of them. And I do recommend what's called hitting them up on Twitter and joining their Discord. If it's asked where you came from, just say that you came by my recommendation, but otherwise, yeah, definitely hit them up. They are really chill, really nice, and this server is very inviting. On the other hand, there's my server. Hey, ignore the yeah, I get it. I'm only 18 people, and a couple of those are bots, so yeah. And with that being said, I will post updates later on this Redemptor Dreadnought that will be Blood Ravens, as you know, the tilting shield will signify. It'll be a great Blood Ravens Venerable Dreadnought. No other chapter. Definitely Blood Ravens. Yeah, we're doing this. Thus, the reason that the Blood Ravens captain that Mito Mori is having is... Oh, wait. Does this read well with that lighting? No, it does not. Well, let me turn off the lighting and see if that helps. Oh, God, no, that's worse. Wait. Turn down the light a little bit up. Bring the light over. No. Wait. Oh, let me just grab the light, actually. Or, no, I can grab the phone. What am I doing? So, this is the captain that Mito Mori is going to be getting. Oh, wait, what? Oh, cool. We dry brush the base with Administrum Gray after base coating black, so very easy. We put a little white scar in Administrum Gray to make the lightning effects going up the sword and onto the rocks. I probably should have done up the leg. As you can tell, it's a very Blood Raven-y sword. A Blood Raven's pistol, if you can't tell by the color. Raven. A very fine model indeed. I actually painted another Blood Raven for her, which is an Infernus Sergeant. Yeah, she's gonna have a very fine army indeed. And if you would like, I can actually make a video on how I paint orcs too, with their mustard stains and really cool details. Using mostly contrast colors only. Here's the other orc that I did. This one used with a lot more metallics. Though his clothing is more basic, and if you look, he's actually Dark Angels, or Caliban Green, with a lot of striking scorpion on the top to give him that orky skin tone. And this wonderful little orc was painted by Mito Mori herself. She did very good for her first ever orc. And she actually did the green bases. I told her about goblin green bases. And this was her attempt at edge highlighting a Blood Raven with yellow, Dorn Yellow in particular. Also, she did the flamer all on herself. She did good. Nope, my phone's about to die. Well, this has been today's episode. Until then, have a good one. And remember, make sure to join those 2 Discord servers and hit up the CLA on Twitter. She is really nice. And remember, if EDP can get a girlfriend, so can you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.